Hello, folks, and welcome back. On this episode, we make a trip to Mammoth Cave National Park in Kentucky. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. As we cross out of Florida here over the St. Mary's River and into Georgia, we'll begin our trip to Mammoth Cave. We're crossing the Savannah River here and entering into South Carolina. We're going to jump off of Interstate 95 here at Hardeeville, South Carolina, and take US 321 up to Columbia. This is going to be our stop for tonight. This is the Newberry I-26 Sumter National Forest KOA. We've stopped here numerous times. This is probably one of our favorite campgrounds. They are constantly improving this campground. Every time we stop, they've added something new. They always have some kind of activity set up for entertainment for you and for even children. They're just wonderful people to deal with, and we just really love the place. And if you get a chance, you definitely need to stop here. Well, we're going to go ahead and call it an evening here, and we'll see you in the morning as we continue our trip to Mammoth Cave. Good morning, folks. Well, it was a wonderful stay at the Newberry KOA here. Let's go ahead and continue our trip now to Kentucky, to Mammoth Cave in Cave City. Welcome to North Carolina. Welcome to Tennessee. Welcome to Kentucky. Welcome to Cave City, Kentucky. It's going to be located right outside of Mammoth Cave National Park. We're going to be staying here at the Yogi Bear Jellystone Park. I do have my grandson with me today, and we chose this park because they have a lot of activities for the kids. Now that we're all checked in, we'll go ahead and show you what it looks like as we drive to our campsite. And then we're going to get set up on our campsite, and then we're going to call it a day. And we will see you in the morning, where we will give you a tour of the campground and of Mammoth Cave. With that being said, we're going to tell you good night. Good morning, folks. Well, we had a wonderful night here. It was very peaceful and quiet. We're going to go ahead and ride through the park here on our bike and give you a view of it and tell you some things about the park as we go. The Yogi Bear Park is definitely set up for children. If you're camping and you've got small children, teenagers, doesn't matter. This park has numerous things for these kids to do during the day. They have a different activity that takes place almost every hour. We used it extensively with the grandkids while we were here, and we loved it. I will tell you though, if you're just camping, you and your spouse, and don't have kids with you, it's kind of expensive to stay here. It is a nice park, but there's not really a whole lot for adults to do here. With that being said, the park does have numerous campground sites that are either paved or gravel, as you can see here as we're riding through. The campground does have numerous cabins. If you've got family members that you're going to go camping with that don't have an RV, this will be a good place to go because they have every level of cabin you could want. The campground also has one pool that's open. They're building a second pool. They have a game room facility. They have a lake that's set up for swimming in it. They have a basic restaurant that has fast food items that you can get. And they also have a nice camp store that has some basic items in it that you would need for camping. This is going to be the pool facility that is open. You can see it's fairly good size. It is kind of crowded with all the kids that they have here. The campground does have several shower facilities located throughout the park, so you should be fairly close to your shower facility wherever your campsite is. The campground does offer golf carts for rent because it is that big. It's a lot of walking if you want to try to go do these things without a golf cart. So we would recommend renting a golf cart. And they do have, the final thing is they do have several dog parks. You can take your puppies and let them run free in these dog parks and get some exercise. Well, that pretty much covers the Yogi Bear Campground in Cave City. Like I said, if you've got kids, we would highly recommend it. It's definitely worth it. It's a good place to go, and you're only about 7 to 8 miles from actual Mammoth Cave entrance. So let's go ahead and finish up here, and we'll head out to Mammoth Cave. As we leave the campground, we're going to come out and just take a right. It's going to be about 4 miles till we actually enter the Mammoth Cave complex, and then another 4 miles till we get to the visitor center. Let's go ahead and get parked here, and we'll go into Mammoth Cave Visitor Center and explore it. Now, it's going to be a pretty nice visitor center. This is where you're going to buy tickets for all your different tours. I would highly recommend you buy your tickets in advance before you get here because they do sell out quickly. They have a exploration area where they show you all about the caves, how they were formed, how big the actual caves are. They show you all the history of them in here. It's a good display and a good exhibit to learn about Mammoth Cave. Now that we've explored the inside, let's go ahead and actually go down into the caves. We chose for the self-guided tour because we do have our grandkids with us. They have numerous other guided tours that you do need to make reservations for in advance. Ours is just a short walk out the back and down this trail and into the caves. As we get to the bottom of the hill here and get ready to go into the cave, you'll notice it is crowded, so take that into consideration when you come here. And the video that I shoot down in the cave here, it's going to be really dim. You got to remember this is a cave. It is very low light, so we tried to edit as much as we could so you can get an idea of what the caves are like. Well, that concludes our time down in the cave here. I hope you enjoyed it. It was definitely impressive. The video definitely doesn't do it justice. We would highly recommend coming and checking out Mammoth Cave. We are going to return and do some of the guided tour caves, which are even prettier from the videos that I've seen. These are some the trails that we took hikes on after we left the cave, and that's going to conclude our time here at Mammoth Cave. We hope you really enjoyed it. It's definitely a must-see. With that being said, we want to tell you we appreciate you watching and thank you very much for your support. And stand by for our next video where we go to NASA in Huntsville, Alabama, and we'll see you in the campground.